Do you ever sit down at night and feel like life is moving around you, but somehow you're stuck? Like you're watching the world go by, seeing other people chase dreams, achieve, rise, and yet here you are, frozen, trapped in your own routine, in your own excuses, telling yourself, I'll get there someday. I want you to pause for a moment because I'm going to tell you something that might shake you, something that will demand you face yourself, your choices, and your life. I'm Peter Whitmore. I'm 73 years old, and if there's one thing I've learned in this long, messy, beautiful journey we call life, it's this. Regret is the heaviest weight you will ever carry, and it comes not from failure, but from neglect. Neglect of your own potential, neglect of your own ambition, neglect of the people you love most. I've lived a long life. I've had successes, I've had victories, I've had moments that made me proud, but I've also carried mistakes that linger like ghosts, whispering reminders of what I didn't do, of chances I didn't take, of moments I let slip through my fingers. And today I want to talk to you about struggle, about mindset, about consistency, about believing in yourself even when the world seems indifferent, because these are the things that separate those who simply exist from those who truly live, truly love, truly achieve. I was married to my wife, Susan, for 41 years. 41 years is a long time, longer than some of you have been alive. And for most of those years, I thought we had it all. I thought we were successful, stable, comfortable. But here's what nobody tells you. Comfort is the silent killer of ambition, the quiet assassin of relationships, the invisible enemy of life lived fully. You can have everything, a job, a family, a home, a reputation, and still wake up one day and realize that time has passed you by, that you haven't lived in the moments that truly mattered, that you've been present physically, but absent emotionally, absent mentally, absent spiritually. Susan died 6 years ago, pancreatic cancer, 4 months from diagnosis to goodbye. And in those final weeks, lying in a hospice bed, she said something to me that will haunt me for the rest of my life. She said, Peter, we wasted so much time being right instead of being close. I didn't understand it at first. I was defensive. We had a good marriage, didn't we? We rarely fought. We were comfortable. We had a life together. But that's exactly the problem. We were comfortable. And comfortable is not the same as living, is not the same as growing, is not the same as achieving together. In my life, I thought love, I thought success, I thought achievement was about showing up, about being reliable, about doing the big obvious things, providing, being faithful, being disciplined, being consistent. And yes, those things matter, but what I didn't understand is that life, like love, like success, is built in the small, unremarkable moments. The moments where no one is watching, the moments where no one applauds, the moments where you choose to push yourself, to give, to care, to try again, even when it's inconvenient, even when it's uncomfortable, even when it doesn't guarantee recognition or reward. That is where character is forged. That is where relationships are built. That is where dreams are made real. I learned too late that the smallest choices, the smallest actions compound into outcomes that define a lifetime. For years, Susan would suggest things. Let's take a pottery class together. Why don't we go dancing anymore? Remember when we used to stay up talking for hours? And I always had a reason why not. Too busy, too tired, too impractical, too expensive. I wasn't trying to hurt her. I wasn't malicious. I just thought I had time. I thought those little moments didn't matter. I thought the big things, providing, showing up, being faithful, were enough. They weren't. And that is exactly what life teaches you if you're not careful. It teaches you complacency. It lulls you into believing that just because you're consistent, because you're disciplined, because you meet the minimum standard, you're winning. But let me tell you something. Success, love, fulfillment, these are not won by meeting the minimum. They are won by relentless pursuit, by intention, by passion, by consistency that extends beyond the obvious into the quiet, unseen areas of life where real growth happens. That's where victories are forged, not in grand gestures, not in moments of convenience, but in doing the hard things every single day, even when you don't feel like it, even when the world doesn't reward you, even when no one notices. Over time, I stopped noticing. One missed conversation led to another. One, "not tonight, I'm tired," led to 1,000. One, "we can do that later," became never. And Susan, being Susan, she adapted. She stopped asking me to dance, stopped suggesting we take classes together, stopped trying to have those deep conversations. She found her own friends, her own activities, her own life. We became roommates who happened to be married, polite, considerate, fundamentally alone. And I didn't see it. Or maybe I saw it and told myself it was normal. That passion fades. That comfort is inevitable. That life is routine. But comfortable is just another word for complacent. And complacency kills everything that matters quietly, slowly, without fanfare. When Susan got sick, everything changed. Suddenly, we had a deadline. Suddenly, all those things I thought we'd do someday had a very clear expiration date. Suddenly, the urgency I had ignored became the only thing that mattered. And in those final months, we talked more honestly than we had in 20 years. She told me about dreams she'd given up on, about hurts she'd carried silently, about times she'd felt invisible in her own marriage. She told me about a trip she always wanted to take to Scotland to see the Highlands, to walk in the villages where her grandmother had grown up, to understand where she came from. She mentioned it to me repeatedly over the years, and I dismissed it every time. Too expensive, not practical, maybe later, and now later never came. I asked her why she never insisted, why she never demanded, and she said, "I didn't want to make you do something you didn't want to do. I wanted you to want to do it with me." Those words broke me. She didn't want obligation. She wanted connection, passion, shared excitement, mutual commitment. She wanted me to choose her, choose us, choose life together actively, deliberately, with intention. And I had failed, not by omission or malice, but by laziness, by distraction, by the blindness of routine. This is what life teaches you about failure and success. That failure is not dramatic, it is cumulative. It is built in the quiet, unremarkable choices you make every day. Choices you think are insignificant, choices you think are harmless. It's the mornings you choose scrolling over conversation. The evenings you choose distraction over presence. The weeks, months, years you choose convenience over connection. Activity over intimacy. Comfort over growth. That is where life, relationships, and dreams quietly die. I found her journal after she died. Years of thoughts, of loneliness, of hope, of trying to reach me, of loving me even when I was absent, even when I was blind to her, even when I was comfortable. And I realized something profound. The world doesn't teach you this. Nobody tells you this. You don't learn this from books or classes or mentors. You learn it from living, from failing, from staring at the consequences of neglect, from feeling the weight of regret crush you, from realizing that your life is finite, that time is limited, that the people you love are not permanent, and that your own potential is not guaranteed. This is why mindset matters, discipline matters, consistency matters, self-belief matters, success matters, not just the kind measured in money, reputation, or applause, but the kind measured in relationships nurtured, moments seized, dreams pursued relentlessly, people loved intentionally. Because when your time runs out, none of the superficial measures matter. Only the depth of your impact, the authenticity of your effort, and the integrity of your love remain. I want you to ask yourself right now, when was the last time you truly challenged yourself? When was the last time you woke up, looked in the mirror, and demanded more from yourself? Not because someone else said so, but because you knew your potential. When was the last time you invested time, energy, emotion into something that scared you, into someone who needed you, into a dream that felt risky, impossible, uncertain? Because that is where life happens. That is where growth, success, and fulfillment reside, not in comfort, not in convenience, not in complacency. I am telling you this not to guilt you. I am telling you this because you still have time. Because you can still push yourself, still show up, still do the hard, uncomfortable, inconvenient things that make life meaningful. Because every day you delay is a day lost, a moment wasted, an opportunity missed, a connection unmade, a dream deferred. You have to act, you have to engage, you have to choose every single day to be present, to be intentional, to be extraordinary in ways that count, in ways that last, in ways that matter. 6 years later, I still think about the moments I ignored, the conversations I postponed, the trips I delayed, the love I took for granted. I still think about Scotland. I still think about the dances we never took, the classes we never joined, the talks we never had. And the weight of that regret is relentless. But regret is not your only teacher. Action is, awareness is, intention is, change is. You can still do it differently. You can still live, truly live, fully love, relentlessly pursue your dreams, build your relationships, create your legacy, even when time feels short, even when the odds feel stacked against you, even when the world doubts you. Success is built on struggle, not luck. Growth is forged in discomfort, not ease. Relationships are deepened in effort, not habit. Love is expressed in action, not assumption. Dreams are achieved in discipline, not distraction. And the most powerful force in the universe is a human being who refuses to settle, who refuses to wait, who refuses to be comfortable when greatness calls, when love calls, when life calls. I am 73 years old. I have lived, I have loved, I have lost, I have failed, I have stumbled, I have fallen, but I have also learned relentlessly that no matter your age, no matter your past, no matter your failures, no matter the regrets you carry, you can still stand up, still fight, still grow, still love, still achieve. You can still choose to be extraordinary. You can still choose to be present. You can still choose to seize your life with discipline, consistency, and courage. You can still rise. You can still win. You can still become the person you were meant to be. But you have to act. You have to commit. You have to give your life to the moments that matter before they vanish. Don't wait for a perfect time. Don't wait for circumstances to align. Don't wait for someone else to validate you. The time is now. The choice is yours. The struggle is necessary. The discipline is non-negotiable. The belief in yourself is essential. And the reward is everything, every relationship, every dream, every moment you truly live. Life is fleeting, love is fragile, opportunities are finite. But if you take them, if you fight for them, if you nurture them, if you refuse to settle, you will discover the greatest triumph of all. That you truly lived, that you truly loved, that you truly became the person you were meant to be.